Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's Elasticsearch tutorial, we will be installing Logstash on our Ubuntu machine, as well as we will run a very simple example of Logstash to demonstrate its capabilities and usage. Now, just a heads up, I am already assuming that you would have Elasticsearch as well as Kibana already installed and running in your system. And we did cover that as a part of a separate video some time ago. Actually, if I go to my channel, I can actually show it to you. Install Elasticsearch and Kibana on Ubuntu 20.04. Alright then. So the first thing I want to do is to make sure that Elasticsearch as well as Kibana are running on my Ubuntu machine. So to do that, I will simply head over to a terminal and say sudo systemctl status kibana.service, and as we can see, Kibana is running. Next, let me say sudo systemctl status elasticsearch.service, and we can see that Elasticsearch is also up and running on our Ubuntu machine. Okay, so we can see the various steps involved in installing Logstash on the official documentation on the elastic.co website. And these are the steps that are common to the installation of Elastic, Kibana, as well as Logstash. So I'm hoping that you will already have them covered. And the point where we want to start from is simply sudo apt-get update and sudo apt install Logstash. So I will quickly head on to a terminal and say sudo apt-get update. And here we can see that the update finishes successfully. Next, I simply have to say sudo apt-get install Logstash and hit enter. And as we can see in my machine, Logstash is already at the newest version, which is 7.10.0, because I had installed it previously as well. Just to save some time here, if you don't have it installed, then Ubuntu will simply fetch it and install it for you. It's around 300 MBs and this takes a couple of seconds to fetch and install. Alright, after this I am going to check the status of the Logstash service, and after installation it is generally in the disabled state, so we might have to enable the service ourselves. So if I say sudo systemctl status logstash.service, I see that Logstash is currently disabled. So let us go ahead and enable Logstash by saying sudo systemctl start logstash.service, and then let us check the status of Logstash again, and yes, Logstash is now active and running. Okay, with that we complete the installation of Logstash in our Ubuntu system. Alright, so with the installation of Logstash complete, we are now going to run a very simple example in which we are going to read any data that has been sent on port number 5000, and then we are going to index that data in an Elasticsearch index, and we will do all of this just by using Logstash. Now, to be able to achieve this task, we have to build what is known as a Logstash pipeline by providing Logstash with a configuration file. Here I have the contents of a configuration file which serves our purpose. Let us quickly check out the contents of this file. So we have two parts. First is the input, and our input comes from a TCP port, and the port number in this case is 5000. And the next component of this file is an output, and our output goes into Elasticsearch, the host for Elasticsearch being Elasticsearch colon 9200. In my machine, Elasticsearch is recognized as localhost. If it is not recognized in your machine, you may want to put localhost or 127.0.0.1 or something similar here. And if you are trying to send your data across a network, you can also put the IP address of a separate computer here. And then we specify the index in Elasticsearch that we want, which is called hello Logstash. Now, where exactly do we have to put this configuration file? Let me quickly show you. I will quickly head on to a terminal, and then I will change into a directory /etc/logstash/conf.d. I hit enter, and now I see that I am inside the conf.d directory. If I do ls, I see that the directory has no contents. So we will be creating a configuration file in this directory itself. So let me say sudo vim and let me call the file port.conf. I hit enter and then I put all of the contents that I just saw here. So here's our input, which is TCP port 5000, and here's our output, which is Elasticsearch located at this host, and the index we want to use is this index. So I go ahead and save this file, and Logstash should be able to pick it up automatically. Next, I am simply going to head on over to Kibana, and if I send a get call cat indices, which gives me all of the indices stored in my Elasticsearch server, I see that I have certain indices, but I don't have the hello Logstash index here. And then again, even if I run a search across the hello Logstash index, Elasticsearch would tell me that such an index is not found. All right. So what we already know is that any input that comes on the TCP port 5000 will be forwarded to Elasticsearch to be indexed into the hello Logstash index. So we actually need some way in which we can send some data onto port number 5000. And for doing that, we will be making use of telnet. So we'll quickly head on over to a terminal again and say telnet localhost 5000. If I hit enter, so it tells me trying to connect, and it is connected to localhost. All right. So now whatever data I send on port number 5000 should start to get indexed into Elasticsearch in the hello Logstash index. So suppose I say hello and hit enter. Let's quickly check what is going on in the Elasticsearch index through Kibana. So I head on over back to Kibana where we left it. So if I send a get call with cat indices again, well, indeed, we see that a new index has been added, and this index is called hello Logstash. And what will happen if I try to retrieve all of the documents from the hello Logstash index? Well, we see that we have one hit and the message is hello. And this is the exact same message that we had put on port number 5000. So let us put some more messages and see what happens. Suppose I say ELK, Kibana, Logstash, and then I say something like, hello, how are you? Enter. So now we should have a total of 5 documents in the hello Logstash index. So if I run this get request again, we see that we have 5 hits, and the messages are the first time, hello, ELK, Kibana, Logstash, and hello, how are you? And we can also see the timestamp. The first one was sent at around 1350, the next one around 1351, and so on. So once again, just to reiterate, our Logstash pipeline is reading any input sent on the TCP port 5000 and indexing them into this index in Elasticsearch located at this host URL. And that is going to be it, guys. We have successfully installed Logstash on our Ubuntu system, as well as we have been able to create a pipeline in Logstash which reads data written to a certain port and indexes that into an Elasticsearch index. And by the way, a TCP port is neither the most convenient nor the most commonly used way of gathering input in a Logstash pipeline, but it does serve as a pretty good example. In future videos, we will see how Logstash works with Kafka, with Spark, with MySQL, with Hadoop, and pretty much anything. But for the sake of this tutorial, we will just be stopping here. So how are you liking the Elasticsearch series so far? Do tell me in the comments below. If you like this video and it helped you, please do hit the like button. If you like the content of my channel, please do hit subscribe. You can hit the bell icon to never miss any new updates. And like always, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you very soon in a brand new tutorial.